Thomas and the Breakdown Train. Every day the Fat Controller came to the station to catch his train. He always walked over to have a word with Thomas the tank engine. "Hello, Thomas," he said. "Remember to be patient. You can never be as strong as fast as Gordon, the big blue engine. But you can be a really useful engine. Don't let the trucks tease you." There were lots of trucks at the station. They were silly and noisy. They talked too much and played tricks on the engines that they were not used to. Thomas worked very hard pushing and pulling the trucks into place and getting them ready for the big engines to take on long journeys. There was also a small coach and two strange things his driver called cranes. "That's the breakdown train," he told Thomas. "The cranes are lifting heavy things like engines and coaches and trucks." One day Thomas was busy in the yard. Suddenly he heard an engine whistling. "Help! Help!" When he looked towards the line, he saw a goods train came rushing through much too fast. Thomas could see that it was James, and James looked very frightened. He was screaming and whistling. His brake blocks were on fire. They're pushing me," he panted. But the trucks were laughing. They were having lots of fun with James. Poor James went faster and faster. He was still whistling and calling for help as he disappeared down the line. "I'd like to teach those trucks a lesson," said Thomas. Then came the alarm. "James is off the line. Fetch the breakdown train, quickly," shouted one of the men. Thomas was coupled onto the breakdown train and off they went. Thomas worked his hardest. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," he puffed. "Bother those trucks and their tricks. I hope poor James isn't hurt," said Thomas as he hurried along. They found James at a bend in the line. He was in a field with a cow looking at him. James's driver and fireman were feeling all over to see if he was hurt. "Never mind, James," they said. "It wasn't your fault. It was those wooden brakes they gave you. We always say that they were no good." Thomas pushed the breakdown train alongside James. Then he pulled the unhurt trucks out of the way. Oh dear, they groaned. Serves you right," puffed Thomas. He was hard at work puffing backwards and forwards all afternoon. This will teach you a lesson, he told the trucks. They left the broken trucks, and then with two cranes, they put James back on the rails. He tried to move, but he couldn't, so Thomas helped him back to the shed. The Fat Controller was waiting anxiously for them. He smiled when he saw Thomas. "Well, Thomas," he said, "I've heard all about it, and I am very pleased with you. You are a really useful engine. James shall have some proper brakes and a new coat of paint," he said. "And Thomas, you shall have a branch line of all to yourself." "Oh, thank you, sir," said Thomas, feeling very proud. Now Thomas is as happy as he can be. He now has a branch line and two coaches called Annie and Clarabelle. Annie could only take passengers, and Clarabelle could take passengers, luggage, and the guard. They are both old and need new paint, but Thomas puffed proudly backwards and forwards with them all day. He is never lonely. His friends, Edward and Henry, stop quite often to tell him the news. Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine, was always in a hurry, but he never forgets to say boop boop, and Thomas always whistles beep beep in return. The end.